Get the Friendo Club set up today and get access to over 700 Going In Raw bonus episodes, our monthly Big Blue predictions challenges, and the ability to ask questions at Going In Raw. We also offer the Steven Larson comic book and exclusive Friendo Club t-shirt. Just hit join here at youtube.com/Steven Larson or go to patreon.com/Steven Larson to sign up. Hey, friendo, Steve here.
Hey, Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to. Wrestlemania Smackdown is in the books. Basically, night one of Wrestlemania, Larson, because we got nights 2 and 3 coming up. We had the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Yeah.
We had
the Smackdown tag titles defended.
That's right. We had some intriguing new go-home math for the Cody Rhodes John Cena match that's going to be main eventing night 2.
Well, I think also there's more to wrap our heads around as it relates to Rhea, Bianca, Io. Now that Naomi made an appearance during that segment, and Jade for that matter, which leads one Larson to believe they're going to be involved in the finish of that match somehow.
That's a distinct possibility. Is both those matches going on night 1?
No, Jade and Naomi's night 1, and then
oh, that's right. Yeah, the triple threat is night 2.
Night 2, so night
2. Yeah, I don't know. It was a weird crowd. It was a really weird crowd. Like,
they mean quiet?
Well, okay, in some parts they were quiet. And
Dude,
then, like,
there was moments where I literally heard the ref talking to the wrestlers about what to do.
No, my favorite is what I texted you. It was during the tag match, and it was just crickets. And they had that long shot, and it was crickets. And then you just hear Joe Test say, "What a great crowd tonight here in Las Vegas."
He did the same again in the LWO and Ray Phoenix versus American Made match. The same thing happened there.
Yeah.
Because that's when you hear the ref talking to American Made. All right, do this and do this.
Yeah.
And then about 30 seconds later, all that happened.
Yeah.
You heard Julius call spots during the match too.
Yeah, man. Real weird crowd. I still maintain it's just a lot of jet lag in that particular arena. A lot of people coming in. They're going to go to Mania, so they go to the Smackdown before Mania. A lot going on. Maybe they checked out Bloodsport. Maybe they checked out, I don't know, what are the other shows that are going on in the week. But yeah, a weird crowd. But also, let's be honest, man. That SmackDown tag division is dead. It is cold.
Not a lot of heat there. The tag division cold. There. I thought the first hour was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Seth's promo to open the show was really good. Again, there's more go-home math to consider there in terms of who's going to win at Mania.
Yeah.
I thought the Andre Battle Royal was a lot of fun.
Oh, that was a blast.
Super hyped to see Carmelo Hayes getting that win.
That was awesome. Hey, how much you like The Miz sacrificing himself for Carmelo? Wasn't that great? That was a lot of fun. That was cool.
It's all going to be good, feel-good stuff, and they're going to develop a relationship until one of them turns on the other.
Yeah, Miz will turn on Mello or whatever. Yeah, Miz will be like really supportive of Mello, and then Mello will turn on Miz to be a bad guy. We still don't know who Randy Orton's going to face. Do you have any thoughts?
I know someone he's not facing.
Aleister Black.
Yes, because they advertise his return week from today.
For 25, yes, right. SmackDown after Mania.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. We're going to get Aleister Black back. That's neat. So, okay, he's out. Rusev. Machka. Against Orton. It's not going to be Aldis, unfortunately.
Probably not. You would have thought if it was going to be Solo, Orton would have come out rather than Braun to make the save.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like, Solo's just not going to do shit. I mean, he's going to get involved in the Jacob match, but, like, he ain't doing shit at WrestleMania. That's weird.
So I guess it could be Rusev. Apparently, he's been sighted in Vegas so far.
Him and Lana are in town.
Yeah,
they're in town. That's what the reporting is.
I mean, it could be he's in town because he's going to make his return on Raw, or he could be Orton's mystery opponent at Mania.
That could be. We're also on the have our eye open for any news about Rey Mysterio. Apparently, he was helped to the back. After that, or after the tag match, but during the tag match, I think it was during a commercial break, he did something.
He was barely in that match at all,
Yeah.
And
then you could see the trainers checking on him during the match, and then afterwards, apparently, he was helped to the back. So we'll see if that match goes on. If it doesn't, you got to think they're probably going to just stick Phoenix in there, maybe even
Maybe
Dragon
it was
Lee,
all
but
set up
probably
right then
Phoenix.
for them to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like it. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye out on that as well. Just got to say also, man, oh man, this is very exciting. Of course, it all comes together. Starts off tomorrow, finishes up on Sunday. Not just WrestleMania, but the WrestleMania Predictions Challenge. Look, I whipped up a little graphic for it right here. Where's my graphic? Hold on a second. Oh, here it is. Look at this. You got your stream up right there?
Yeah, it's the same one you had on the other things where it looks like
Yeah.
we're holding the title.
Yeah, but look, the weird thing is, like, whose hand is that? Because, like, your arm is clearly right here.
Exactly. It looks
You
like
have
your hand, honestly.
Your two arms, but then look, you can see behind you. I'm not, it's not my arm going over there.
You should have done it has some blood from those fingertips there because that thing is hella sharp.
Maybe.
You're going to have the hat get cut open because of it. You know what I mean?
The hat's bleeding? That'd be crazy. That'd be awesome.
That's how sharp that thing is.
So this is awesome, though, man. Of course, the Big Blue Predictions Challenge, the WrestleMania 41 edition, the official, straight from Pakistan. You can get this thing off of WWE Shop or something that looks a lot like it. Not anymore, actually, because they're sold out. But you can get this one off eBay. Or you can win it. This particular one you can win in the Predictions Challenge. There's still time to sign up. We've been getting sign-ups all day long. And it is official. Official. This is the biggest Predictions Challenge ever.
Yes.
We've got 349 friendos right now that have already entered their predictions. Remember, Stand and Deliver is tomorrow morning if you're on the West Coast, early
Correct.
afternoon if you're on the East Coast, and that's when it begins. And the actual tag match, the women's tag match that is for the number one contendership, is in the pre-show.
Correct.
So, the Predictions Challenge form will close as of, 8:30 Pacific, 11:30
Sure, yeah, that sounds
Eastern?
right.
I think it's that, because I think it starts at
8:30.
12 Eastern.
We don't want to do it at 9. If the pre-show starts at 9, we can just do 9.
9 o'clock.
9
When the
o'clock.
pre-show starts, if you see the pre-show, guess what? It's too late.
Too
How
late.
about that? Yeah.
Sounds good.
So it's still not too late to get a piece of the action here. You also get that hat that I just showed you in the thing. You click join right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson or go to patreon.com/Steven Larson. Click on the Friendo Club set up there. Either way you do it, it's $5. And you get access to all of our bonus episodes, question threads for the show. It's a good deal. And we have a couple memberships that have re-upped just here during the show. First up, MPR says, you guys think Cody was getting some PTSD flashbacks of the end of his AEW run with those boos?
Oh, he turned them right around pretty quick.
Yeah, he didn't sweat those boos.
No.
But that was kind of weird too. Like, they've been booing Bianca, I think, basically because, like, she's been complaining about Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. But that's been kind of a normal thing. But, like, the booing Cody thing was kind of out of nowhere.
It was a little bit, yeah.
Richard A. Said Cody turning the crowd back to his side was masterfully done. Yeah, he didn't sweat that at all. He just knew, he was like, yeah, I know I got some fire to bring, so they'll get into shape.
Yeah.
And then Maggie, our champion member for 26 months now, says Friendos performs champ Cody Miles. We're 151 Friendos away from reaching 500 participants in the Predictions Challenge. Make sure to fill out the form. I know for a fact, we have got enough people between the memberships and the patrons. We've got over 500 people. So if you have a membership, if you're part of the Patreon, just go fill out the form. Because yes, my original goal was 500. I wanted to be the biggest, and it is. But 500 is a really cool number. I think it'd be fun to reach that number. Maggie just also sent out 5 memberships to the community. So if you received a membership, go to the membership tab, click on the link, fill out the form. Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you, Maggie. Maggie is our champion.
Thank you very much, Maggie. So, yeah, man. Where do you want to begin here?
Well, let's start with the main event segment because imagine one way or another that's going to end up on the thumb at some point.
Yeah, that's going to happen right after we're done here.
Like final words between John Cena and Cody Rhodes before their main event match night 2 of WrestleMania. And, we got this back and forth, them talking a bunch of trash about one another. And then it seemed like almost Cena got the crowd to kind of turn on Cody a little bit because once he started to respond, he got some boos, but he had plenty of ammunition in store for John. He turned that crowd right back around. It all kind of culminated in Cody saying, but regardless of anything else, it's 2025 and John, you still can't wrestle. Cena responds on Sunday, I'm not going to have to wrestle to beat you. They start fighting.
Pokes him in the eye. He goes, guess what, Cody? I don't have to wrestle.
Looks for an AA. Cody escapes. Crossroads. He holds up title. Stand tall math. Favors John Cena coming out of WrestleMania with number 17. So obviously Cena's going to be like, I don't have to wrestle. I'll bend rules. And guess what? Dwayne Johnson's probably going to help me win that title too.
It's going to be, I mean, it's kind of difficult to overcome both John Cena and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as this new power duo. You got to think that The Rock's going to show up and, yes, help John Cena. Seems to be the case. It seems pretty clear as day that John Cena is going to win. You know what would be an interesting question to ask terrorizing the game? I don't know if you heard, but he's going to the Hall of Fame. Well, I think tonight. Isn't that thing tonight?
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah,
news
man.
To me, brother.
I was shocked. They only had one. Am I wrong? Didn't they only have the one end of an era package?
I didn't notice any of them.
I wonder if they ran that during the commercial, because I got the international version of SmackDown. So maybe they did that.
That could be.
Okay. In any event, a question that would be kind of interesting to understand if he ever talks about it. Given that they knew Cena was going to be going after number 17, if there would have been like a story discussed, because Triple H has talked about how he pitched the heel idea to John Cena, and Cena just sits there and listens. I mean, he did this in an interview recently. But I wonder how they could have told the story of Cena achieving number 17 as a good guy, given his dog shit record over the past years.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just kind of interesting if that was ever conceived of before they decided we're going to go heel, or if the first natural thing was just, let's turn him heel. So I don't know. Be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So people are saying they did actually run the end of an era thing tonight. Yeah, dude. I mean, I think that the Cena thing is going to be, it's going to be number 17 at WrestleMania, and then Cody's going to be back on the chase.
Yep. That seems likely.
You think that's good, a year for Cena to have that title and drop it at Mania?
Well, no, this is his last year. Like at the end of the year, he's done.
No, sorry, I meant Cody having it for a year.
Yeah. Because we don't need any more super long title runs. I feel like you're limiting your storytelling potential by just being like, well, this person's had the belt for 2 years. All right. I mean, the title belts, I understand it means something to the wrestlers, but it's a storytelling device too, and to keep it kind of just on one person for continually, title reign after title reign on somebody for a year plus, I think really limits the stories you could tell. So yeah.
I think
the Attitude Era interesting is that title would change hands all the time.
Dude, yeah. Austin had it 3 months, I think, before he lost it to Kane for a day.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the nitty gritty of the show. So yeah, Cody and John, it was the main event segment. Cody shows up, and instead of talking at all, John Cena's music hits. He comes out. He's got his new Vegas shirt. Yay or nay on the Vegas shirt? Have you seen any of the Travis Scott Cactus Jack stuff?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
God damn, it looks good. It's probably their best merch line that they've ever done.
The stuff he has on his own merch shop generally looks pretty good too. So
whoever his
design team,
whoever his design team is great. Even like his McDonald's meal,
it
was like well designed stuff. So anyway, Cena shows up and he says, "Shut your mouth, kid. This is going to be my 20th Mania, my 12th title match of Mania. I know just about as well as anybody that you can get lost in all the noise. There's one voice you should listen to, and it's coming from the man looking you in the eye. Sunday is the last time I'll ever compete in a Mania ring. No one has ever had the courage to end their career the way I have, and there's nothing you could do." Uh-oh, you just did something. And there's nothing you could do to prepare for a man who knows he's going to die. What I'm doing is so unprecedented. They don't believe it. They don't think it's real. He runs down the crowd a bunch more.
He talks about wrestling retirements and how no one believes they actually hold because people always invariably come back.
Right, exactly. He says the reason why they always come back is because wrestlers, all the other wrestlers, are scared and they're insecure and they're losers. He says every other wrestler needs these people to care about them, to talk about them, because the second they get away from this, they're left alone to their pathetic lives, so they come crawling back as a shell of themselves. I have love, joy, and worth in my life. I don't need a single damn one of you. The only reason I'm here is to take that away from you and all of you forever. Don't say I didn't warn you, because I did. Last year after you won that title, I had a moment alone with you and said to your face, every day you hold that, it gets heavier. And Sunday, it gets too heavy. You're going to lose on Sunday. It's very Gene Wilder read there. You will lose, sir.
You
on
lose,
Sunday.
sir. You stole fizzy lifting drink.
You will lose because you care about them. You people do not write history. Winners do. I came here tonight because I wanted to share one more thing with you. When I won an Elimination Chamber, I knew it'd be impossible to beat you in a match at Mania. And then in one moment, you changed all that with what you said to The Rock. The Rock gave you a choice. Do what the fans say is right, or do what you want, or do what you need to do to win. And in that moment, not only did I realize that I could beat you, I realized you don't stand a chance. That night, all that was left for me to do was to do what you couldn't. Prove to them they don't matter. All this noise, these people will make up all their own versions of the truth, but when you stop listening to them, you can accomplish anything you want in life, but you're too weak to understand that. Sunday, in order to beat me, you're going to have to choose. Do what you think is right, or do what you need to do to win. You're strong and driven, but you're also scared and naive. You say you want to wear that suit because you want to be somebody. You got your tattoo because you want to be somebody. But on Sunday, I'm going to make you somebody who finally realizes that if you want to be a winner, you got to sever ties with all the losers in life, or somebody who had a chance to be a real winner but blew it. And in that moment, you'll realize you're not the quarterback. You're not the leader. You're a kid in a man's world who doesn't have the balls of the last real champ.
So then Cody at first tries to respond, but getting booed by the crowd.
He just ignores him.
He does. He just powers through.
Yeah.
So he says, John, you always have something to say, right?
Right.
He says, you said you don't bury talent. You are talent. Well, I know a graveyard of talent who would disagree. But let me ask you a question, John. Do you know his name? The one who handed you the microphone. About backstage.
Did you think he was going to say Wade Barrett? Reference the Nexus right there? Because I did.
I know. What about backstage? Do you know their names? This is a different WWE, John. When this was your WWE, I worshipped you. They worshipped you. But since the GOAT hasn't shown up since Elimination Chamber, let me offer you some perspective. I'm underwhelming. You're overrated. You're overbearing. You're out of touch and out of time. Your face is melting wax. You got a stack of dimes for necks, spindly ass legs. You're paler than Sting at Starrcade 97, and you're sanctimonious. Sanctimonious comments about how I'm an errand boy while you run on the Oscar stage butt-ass naked while you run errands for the people you work for now. It's 20-0, and John, don't know if you heard, it's 2025, and you still can't wrestle.
Crowd goes, oh, dang, I can't believe we just booed that guy because he just brought some fire. And then Cena just says, idiots, to the crowd. And the crowd is chanting for Cody, and he says, they're just like you. They don't know what they want. On Sunday to beat you, I don't have to wrestle. And he right in the eye. And then Cody goes down. John Cena gets him up for an AA. Cody escapes, hits Cena with a crossroads, holds up his title. Bad move, Cody.
Yep.
Bad move. You should have taken the AA, buddy.
Exactly. I know. Like, are these wrestlers ever going to wise up about the go-home math?
Let me ask you this, buddy. Are the people in our comments ever going to wise up? Because I swear to God, there's a couple of knuckleheads out there who are still like, these guys only talk about the go-home math because it's math. It doesn't lie.
I mean, it's only probably about 70% accurate, but yeah.
Pretty darn accurate, though.
But we know a good sense of how accurate it is enough to consider it making our picks.
We're going to talk about the go-home math on Seth Rollins here in a second, but first we got a sponsor for the show, man.
We do. Let's take a quick break to get a word from our sponsor, NordVPN. So, not only do we use NordVPN to watch SmackDown during WWE's recent European tour, but Steve, you've been using NordVPN to watch SmackDown every week, tonight included, yeah?
I just did it. I just did it on that TV back there. I just did it right there. You can see the TV right there.
There's TV.
Dude, listen, man, honestly, I decided to cut the cord. My mom was talking about it. She was like, I don't want this TV anymore. Because my dad, when he was still with us, he used to just fall asleep on the chair with the TV on. That's all it did. She don't do that. She's like, I don't need this anymore. I was like, hey, Mom, that's a great idea. I'm going to cut the cord too. The great thing is with NordVPN, I can change my virtual location so I can watch SmackDown still every night after having cut the cord. NordVPN is also the fastest VPN in the world, so it means no buffering or lagging. It also stops my ISP from throttling my bandwidth. No throttling.
Guess what, Steve? NordVPN also keeps your private online data like passwords and bank details safe and offers premium cybersecurity for the price of a cup of coffee a month. Their threat protection feature keeps you safe from viruses, malware, phishing sites. Plus, one NordVPN account can be used on up to 10 devices.
10.
10.
And to get the best discount off your NordVPN plan, go to nordvpn.com/raw. Our link will also give you 4 extra months on the 2-year plan. There's no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The link is in the podcast episode description box. All right, man. So yeah, let's talk about this before we talk about that. Well, there's actually 2 triple threats that we can talk about. Let's talk about the women first, actually.
Yes, let's do that.
Because we had an in-ring segment with all 3 of the participants, plus 2.
And yeah, plus Naomi and Jade. So it starts with Rhea coming to the ring for a promo. She says, Sunday marks my 6th Mania, and each time I've walked into some kind of title match, but honestly, this one is probably the most important to me. Says, yes, I let myself get distracted by Bianca, and I lost my title right before Mania. That's my bad. He says, I'm not going to, but I could talk about the last few weeks and complain and make excuses, but there's no point talking about the past. Sunday, I get back what I want, and I do what I have to do. Rhea Bloody Ripley is walking out of Mania as your 3-time Women's World Champion. Io's music hits. She's about to say something. She's interrupted by Bianca. She comes to the ring, says, you 2 thought you were going to come on SmackDown, drop my name, and I wasn't going to show up? Nope, I was definitely showing up tonight because tonight might be my last night on SmackDown for a while because of Mania. I'm walking out as champion. This brings out Naomi.
This shit was hilarious. Because she says, hey, B, so you finally decided to show up at SmackDown. You didn't even talk to me. I've been calling you, texting you, and I know you got it because it said delivered.
Yeah.
I love Naomi. I love her so much. I know you got it because it says delivered. She says, does our friendship mean so little to you? I wanted to handle it in private, but since you wanted to ignore me, Bianca says, you know why I'm ignoring you? I said what I said and I meant it. Naomi says, you care about Jade that much? She wasn't there for you like I was. She says, tomorrow I'm going to finish what I started with her. That's interrupted by Jade's music. Oh my God, she looked like a superhero. Yep. She comes to the ring. Naomi slides out. Jade gets in Bianca's face, asking why Bianca chose Naomi. And Bianca's like, what the hell are you talking about? So Rhea says to Jade, she's like, listen, Jade, this isn't about you. And then Naomi slides back in the ring, and it's a whole domino thing. She pushes Rhea into Jade. Jade into Rhea, Rhea into Bianca. So they all fall. Big brawl breaks out. Security comes out, try to break it up. Io takes out Rhea and Bianca with a moonsault off the top. Io starts pointing to herself and the WrestleMania sign. So she stands tall, man.
All right, let's figure this all out.
Bianca's going to be a bad guy. Team with Naomi again.
Yeah, I don't know about, that could happen. Or it's a situation where Naomi's like, hey, I'm your friend. I'm going to help you. And then ends up not helping her, costing her. I mean, it could go one of those 2 directions. I'm just trying to figure out what seems to make the most sense.
All right. Would it help if we looked past WrestleMania into potential matchups? Aren't they like on different brands? Naomi and Bianca moved to Raw just for the title stuff, right?
If she won, she would have to move to Raw.
She would be on
full
Raw.
Time.
Yeah. But then
Whereas
Naomi would
Jade
still
and
be
Naomi
on SmackDown.
are on SmackDown.
Yeah. I mean, the draft is coming up, so they could do the big reveal where it's like, oh, Naomi's on,
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. What should they do?
The story they've been telling is Bianca and Rhea are overlooking Io. I mean, the natural, logical finale of that should be Io winning.
The 2 people are obsessed with each other, cost themselves both the title. That is a story that is told time and time again.
Time and again in the world of wrestling. You add to it Jade and Naomi potentially getting involved in the finish.
I mean, that theoretically should simply serve as additional distraction.
Yeah.
You would think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's a lot there.
Have you filled out your official predictions yet, Steve?
Yeah, I'm going to change a couple things though.
Who would you pick to win this match initially?
Oh, this one right here. Bianca.
Okay.
Not a lot of confidence though.
All right.
But I kind of waffled a little bit.
Yeah.
I did a video. I have a whole video of me filling it out, but I'm going to change a couple things just for shits and giggles. I do have Finn, all confidence points, win Intercontinental Championship, but I also have all the confidence points on Finn eating the pin.
Oh, kind of hedging your bets.
But yeah, but that's not going to work, man. I'm in. Look, if I go all in on Finn winning the title, I got to go all in on somebody else eating the pin. Because then all the points are on that scenario.
I will
the
say
bets
this.
I don't think is going to work.
If Finn does win, he's pinning Dom to win it.
Yeah, I know. That's what. Then that's
and there's
probably
also
what
a good chance if anybody else wins, Dom eats the pin.
Yeah, I know, but there's also a really good chance Dom wins.
There's a
Dom's the favorite in the betting odds.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
So, Kamari Best says, "Can I do the form if I'm a YouTube member?" Yes. Yeah, it's for two memberships. Either the YouTube membership or the Patreon membership. One or the other. If you got one of them, boom, they're in.
Yeah.
Go do it. We're at 371 right now. We're only 129 away.
One of those is mine. I finished filling mine out while we were doing the show earlier.
Well, there you go. We're 129 away from 500. Now, look, if we don't get it, we don't get it. It's still the biggest one ever.
We're going to cross 400.
We're going to cross 400 for sure.
Yeah.
It'd be killer if we got 500.
That'd be pretty great. Pretty great. So after SmackDown tonight, I'll just say I went with EO.
Okay.
I went with EO. I picked EO. Not a lot of confidence points, but I picked EO.
And here, this is the thing for the people who are like, you guys care about Go-On math. Go-On math. EO stood tall, and Larson went with EO.
Yeah. Because a lot of other stuff going on. And I'm just looking at this. Here's the thing. It's not just Go Home Math by itself. It's Go Home Math as it relates to the story they're telling. We're going to talk about Seth Rollins here in a little bit. I picked him to win after SmackDown tonight, too.
I'll probably end up picking him as well.
You know, I got my hat. I'm good. I can take a few chances. I've won predictions. Sure. That Punk title's really sharp. I don't know if I want that around the house. So.
I'll be honest with you. You don't seem like it, but you can be kind of a clumsy dude. I don't know if this really should be in your presence.
I don't really want it on my
I
property.
kind of want to be rid of it, to be honest with you.
So I'm taking a couple chances. Again, not a high degree of confidence, but I got Seth Rollins. Before we talk about Seth Rollins' segment, open the show, let's talk about Alistair. We had another video package for him with his return date.
Yeah.
April 25th, 2025. That's next Friday.
Yeah.
SmackDown after Mania, so he won't be facing Randall Keith Orton.
Well, you know what? I got him here on Zoom. We could just ask him. Do you want to ask him real quick? Here,
we have to ask him. His return date.
Hello, hi.
I'm not going to advertise him for that SmackDown.
Do you have a question for me?
You're not. You're not wrestling Randy Orton at WrestleMania, are you?
I hear voices in my head, but no, I'm not.
All right.
I'm not booked for Mania.
All right. Thank you, Alistair.
SmackDown after Mania.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Have you seen my vision board behind me?
Yes, I have.
Says I'm going to be on Netflix International.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodbye, Alistair. Hey, Cripple Punk 91 gifted 5 memberships, 5 more people that we can get in on the Predictions Challenge. Super exciting. Super exciting.
Super. All right, let's talk about Seth Rollins. So he opens the show. Well, technically, LA Knight sending Tama Tonga to the hospital opened the show.
Yeah.
But Seth Rollins, the first in-ring segment of the night, comes to the ring, soaks in the crowd singing his song, and says, Las Vegas, it's not Monday, but it's Friday. We'll try it anyways. Welcome to Friday Night Rollins. Doesn't quite work the same way, Seth. Does his catchphrase, looks at the Mania sign, that takes a seat, a la CM Punk in the middle of the ring. He takes that thing off the mic, throws it, and says, and the crowd starts chanting for Roman. He says, we'll get to the OTC in a minute, but I'd like to start with that guy whose name you were chanting first, CM Punk. That's the reason he came back to wrestling, because all of you chanted his name for 10 years. That's why he came back, right? Except when CM Punk came back to the ring, it wasn't a WWE ring. So did he come back because you were chanting his name, or because someone wrote him a fat check? But you know, when he burned that bridge, like he always does, he did finally come back to WWE. Was it because you chanted his name? No, because they wrote him a fat check. CM Punk likes to pretend that he came back for all of you, but CM Punk doesn't care about you or the WWE. He's a liar, a fraud, a coward. Say what you will about Roman Reigns, the OTC doesn't even pretend to care about you guys, about WWE, and you can believe that. The OTC only cares about the OTC. Roman is in the Roman business. He's Mr. Private Jet, Mr. Limited Schedule. He loves when you love him. Roman knows nothing about sacrifice. Punk knows nothing about sacrifice. I know everything about sacrifice, but funny enough, this whole story started 12 years ago, and it started with Paul Heyman. Paul brought myself, Roman, and Dean Ambrose, I got some oohs from the crowd, into WWE.
Yeah.
To be a shield for CM Punk. Every single night, I sacrificed everything I had to be. I had to be that shield. Did I get any credit? Absolutely not, because everyone in the back wanted the camera and spotlight on Roman. Roman was going to be the next John Cena. In the background, after Punk had gone away, I heard little echoes and CM Punk chants. Meanwhile, I was making every show, sacrificing everything I had, and it all came to a head last year in the main event of Mania. My knee was hanging on by a thread. My stepdad was at home dying of cancer. But I was there to be a shield to make sure Roman Reigns lost that title. This story started 12 years ago, and it ends tomorrow night in the most important triple threat match in the history of this industry. And I promise you, I will do what I've done for the last 12 years. I will lay it all on the line. I will sacrifice everything I have to make sure that this company, this industry moves forward in the right direction. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
Is he being too on the nose if Heyman is going to side with him?
Entirely possible.
What's that?
So that's entirely possible.
I mean, geez, man, if this is supposed to be a swerve, he's not being very delicate about it.
No.
I don't know what the hell to expect. I expect two things, and this is what I like about the current, the current creative staff here. It's going to be a surprise. It's going to make all sorts of sense. I honestly think we're going to get something really cool that's going to be like, oh shit, it was right in front of us. But I don't know if it's going to be.
If Heyman joined Seth, it was right in front of us because it's all right here.
That's way too in front of us.
He said Heyman brought us all together. All right. There's history. There's a pre-existing relationship between him and Heyman, and then he does Heyman's catchphrase here at the end.
Do they think that people aren't speculating on this already? That this is
Steve, Triple H said the internet isn't real life, so
it's not real life, man.
So
apparently it's not real life.
He's trying to say he pays it no mind.
Those online checking accounts, all those online banks, they're not real. That's not real life.
Yeah.
Fandango, you can't get real movie tickets.
What also is funny about that is Triple H is seemingly on internet all the time. Like every time picture you see him, he's on his phone.
Multiple burners.
Yes.
Multiples. The other thing that kind of, doesn't bug me, but it's just funny to me. I find it funny, Larson. Is that this Hall of Famer Triple H? We talked about this obviously the other day about all his comments about this stuff. But he was like, he took issue with people ostensibly fantasy booking. He was like, you get all these people out there and be like, wouldn't it be cool if this happened next? What if this happens next? What if that? I'm like, that's the best engagement you could ever ask for, is for people so invested that they're getting online and they're talking about what they want to see happen or what they could see happen or where is this going? Like, how could you take that for granted at all, bro? That's crazy to me, man. But
it is. It's pretty.
He's an artiste, Larson. Oh man. So yeah, dude, I don't know. Seth makes a lot of sense. Does this, in terms of the go home math, he stood tall on Raw, but then did this reset things? Him sitting there airing his grievances?
Yeah. Again, I'm thinking about the story. That's what makes the most sense.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because the other most likely outcome is somehow Punk does something during the course of this match where Seth sees it and goes, Phil, I was wrong about you. But I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, is CM Punk going to come out of this match being, like Mr. WWE dude, like Seth has been all these years?
Oh, if he came out like in a WWE, Raw's War shirt.
Yeah, he went to Chalkline Apparel and got all their WWE Raw stuff. Yeah.
That's the really good stuff, yeah. Yeah, he comes out, he's got WWE Tron. Hey, apparently Living Color's going to be there.
Oh.
Just doing the song.
Cool.
That's really cool. That's
cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
That is cool.
Pretty neat stuff.
So yeah, I think I settled on one confidence point, Seth winning.
Yeah, I'm gonna revisit mine here in a bit. We're at 372 now, man. Oh wait, no, 375.
Nice.
Look at that. So that's pretty cool. We also had the Andre the Giant. Larson,
Excuse me.
Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Where thank God Carmelo Hayes won this thing. I saw Phoenix was in it. And I was like, shit.
Yeah, he got the entrance. Him
Phoenix
and Nakamura got entrances.
Yeah, they're gonna win this thing. Or I thought Phoenix was. I don't think Nakamura was. He went pretty far though. I think he was like the last 4 or so. Mm-hmm. And this was fun.
It was.
Boy, was it just last year that Austin Theory was at Mania against Cena?
That was 2 years ago, wasn't it? It was last year that him and Waller won the tag titles.
Oh, that's right. Okay. That's not as bad as that's a pretty big fall. Boy, that's a big fall.
From beating John Cena to winning the tag championships and not even being on the card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still being in that same tag team. Golly.
Yeah. After them teasing breaking up since like basically the day after they won those titles.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this was fun.
Especially was fun once it was down to Melo and Andrade as the final 2.
Bro,
like, we got game 7 kind of. I don't know what it was tonight. It was like they said to each other, we're wrestling at our speed we want to wrestle at. Because it was a good 1.5 times faster than they wrestled. And their matches before were all really quick.
Oh, in the last little segment of the Andre?
It was so dang fast, yeah.
Bro, can we get another best of 7? Because you're right. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It was nuts. I know. It was good. Yeah, it was. And we got like 5 minutes of it maybe. But yeah, it came down to those two and Phoenix, and then Chad El Grande Americano, previously eliminated, coincidentally, Chad Gable, but then El Grande Americano shows up, and he ends up tripping up Phoenix when he's doing a rope spot, and he tumbles to the floor. He's eliminated. That leaves Melo and Andrade, and they just revisit what they can do. Boy, oh boy, bring that back. Bring that shit back, man. Boy, that was good.
It was so good.
Could you imagine? I mean, dude, look.
What?
I love LA Knight, don't get me wrong. And I'm glad that he won the U.S. Championship. Could you imagine if this match at Mania was like Carmelo or Andrade versus Fatu? Because Fatu can go.
Yeah, he can.
LA Knight has an LA Knight match.
Yeah,
and it's fine. It's good for SmackDown television, right?
Yeah.
But man, if you want that match... Melo or Andrade against Fatu, holy shit!
Am I imagining that they were just going so much faster than normal than they have previously in their matches?
Bro, it's been forever since we've seen them like.
It just felt like they were a couple steps quicker today.
They just
like
know
literally
each
they were
other
told
so well.
You know, and I don't know if it's true, but it always kind of felt like WWE is kind of told talent kind of slow it down the ring. So
feels like it, huh?
Yeah, and tonight they just said, nope, we ain't slowing anything down.
I wonder if they were on the house show circuit doing that same. Let's see here. The best of 7 stuff was them, but did they have like a house show run? No, he went basically straight from
that feud on TV to something else.
He was fighting the. Here we go. Okay, so he did. Yeah, he had a couple of house show matches after the. He did. Yeah, they had a whole series on the house show circuit after that. So I think they just killed it. Oh, a lot of them.
Crisp. Yeah.
Bro, they were doing it like night after night after night during the holidays.
No, they got that down then.
They got that down. Yeah.
They could do that match probably with their eyes closed at this point. Huh?
MXD, Mixed Man here became a channel member as well. Mixed Man, get that form, get that turned in, man.
Yep. So after the, not after that. This is a chronological order. So Randy comes to the ring. Guess what? We get another in-ring promo. And a lot of those tonight.
Boy, oh boy, this guy was turning purple.
Pretty much he just said, right now I got no Mania match. Mania means a lot to me, so I'm not missing this Mania. So I'm going to have the Randall Keith Orton Open Challenge.
He called out like fans. So like
he did. He said like anybody that wants to face me at Mania. So you can go to Vegas, hop the guardrail when Orton's
I was going to say you, Buff Daddy.
Oh, I got a stack of dimes for a neck, Steve. I can't get in there.
Is it possible to have a stack of dimes throughout your entire body?
If so, then I got that too.
My entire body is dimes. Ain't no quarters in this body.
I might be a casual workout enthusiast in my garage 3 days a week, but I don't have the body to be a professional wrestler now.
Oh, come on. Get that baby oil out, man. Let's do it. Let's go. I'll be your corner man. I'll be your mic guy.
Have
I'll be
that
your
towel
hype
ready,
guy.
Steve.
Hey, I'll be the second he gets you in any sort of
Any
compromising neck position. I'm
anything.
throwing that sumbitch in.
I'll have to say, if we get in the ring, it's like, Randy, you got bad back. I got a bad back. Let's just not work those body parts. Cool.
Then he punts the living shit out of him.
Oh, yeah.
Ignacio became a channel member as well. Ignacio, get that form going, man. Let's get it done.
Yup.
So yeah. I mean, I don't know. Power rank. Who do you think Orton's going to take on? It's not going to be Aldis.
It's not all this.
It's going to be Rusev, right?
Probably got to be Rusev, and Rusev probably wins that one.
You know, it would be cool because I don't know if
Maybe be a Moss.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be cool. Heel Heat became a member. Get that form. What if it's Phoenix? Let's say Ray is fine. They like Phoenix. They could do a cool bit where he does some cool spinny stuff off the ropes and then we'll pat RKO. Phoenix takes his loss.
Good. No, Ray Phoenix is going to wrestle Americano, I feel like.
Well, I mean, hope maybe Ray will be fine. I don't know. I don't have the thing. Oh man, here we go. Mac's friend says Shane O'Mac. Let's go. No leapfrogs. No leapfrogs.
George Mizanin, how about that?
George Mizanin, I like it. Baked potato face. Yeah, Snoop Dogg, he can wrestle. Is he going to be there?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Um,
Speaking of who it's not going to be, Solo Sikoa.
no.
Evidently.
What is he, 0-44 against LA Knight now?
That guy lost so many matches against LA Knight.
Yeah, he did. So it was a singles match initially. Before that, though, the show actually starts with people arriving, and Solo and Tama arrive at T-Mobile Arena. And Tama gets out of the SUV and is like, forgot my phone. So he goes back to get his phone out. When he comes back out of the SUV, he's attacked by LA Knight. And LA Knight slams his arm the door of a car and runs off before Solo can get him. So we have match. Before match, LA Knight has a promo of the rambling variety, talking about how Vegas is the city of chances, but he's not talking about chances. He's talking about guarantees, sneak attacks, so on and so forth. Anyways, concludes him saying that he guarantees Solo's taking a BFT tonight, Jacob's taking one on Sunday. Not guaranteeing any wins, though. So, match happens. LA Knight has the advantage. He goes up top. Jacob Fatu interferes. Ref throws the match out. Solo and Jacob Fatu start beating up at LA Knight. Braun comes to make the save. He hits Jacob and Solo with a double fun splash. LA Knight clotheslines Jacob out of the ring. Nick Aldis comes out. Guess what we get? Singles match becoming a tag match.
Yep.
You know, next time you get asked what's your least favorite wrestling trope,
Oh, is it going to be
singles
that?
match becoming a tag match is going to be, might be there by then.
Yeah, dude. I mean, has that ever been good?
Very rarely.
It's not. I don't think so. Yeah. No, you're right. That's a gnarly one. It's just filler.
It is. It feels like filler. And like this tag match was fine. It was entertaining enough. LA Knight hits the BFT on Solo to get the win, but before that, he like sends Jacob to the announce table so he can't disrupt the finish. And so he's on the second turnbuckle holding the belt up, and Jacob's just like seething on the floor. So technically, that's go home math in favor of Jacob Fatu there because LA Knight's standing tall.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, who was standing tall in the end of this?
LA Knight was. He was standing on the second turnbuckle holding the belt while Jacob was on the floor.
Man, I'll be honest with you. I get the feeling they're just going to do this straight up.
Yeah, me too.
I just think Fatu's going to win.
Yeah.
He's going to beat him.
Yeah, I think so too.
No interference.
Well, I mean, I think they might overbook it a bit and have
You
Braun.
think so?
I mean, obviously not Tamatonga's in the hospital, but I guess Tamatonga does come to the ringside area. He's going to be having his arm in a sling.
Just to get them on the show.
Yeah, and have Braun take him out, but then it leads to Jacob winning.
All right, hold on a second. Somebody uploaded, like a fan uploaded some fan footage
Of
it doesn't show this is just from after the show. I'm trying to see if there's like anything like the actual spot. This is all just fan footage from like when he's being tended to. He looks like he's in pain though.
Okay.
He looks like he's in pain. He is. If I had to guess, it'd be an ankle thing because like he's being helped out by. Oh wow. So he's being helped out by two people. He's trying to put like weight on it, but then eventually the two trainers just pick up both of his legs
Yeesh.
to cart him off. That's probably not good
Yeah.
in terms of his chances of making it tomorrow. But
Yeah.
maybe it's just the thing where in the moment it's like, oh my God, and then it's okay. Hopefully that's the case. But yeah.
Also, Zelina got a rematch against Chelsea Green, throwing the last one in and count out. So backstage, Aldis is on the phone, and Chelsea and the Secret Hervis step in, and Chelsea says, I got a complaint, a formal complaint. So Piper serves Aldis with the complaint. Bang. Aldis picks it up, starts reading through it. And Chelsea says, I assume you're gonna rectify this injustice about the count out and the ref count, the fast ref count. And Aldis goes, yes, I will. You were all scheduled for a tag match tonight. That's not happened. You get to face Zelina again. This time, though, since it's a one-on-one match, Secret Hervis banned from ringside.
You're done. You're done.
And then Zelina got the win with the code red off the top rope.
I guess this is sort of like an unofficial eliminator match,
Yeah, it wasn't a title match. So yeah.
It wasn't a title match.
So
but
Wade said this puts Zelina in a position for a possible.
I mean, they got that tag title match going on next. So maybe maybe that'll happen. The U.S. title. It's so crazy that Chelsea's not making the Mania card.
I know.
That's not. They'll probably do some backstage bit with her, but boy, that's nuts.
It is.
That's crazy.
It is.
We got a new channel member, Billy Wolf. Welcome to the Friendo Club, Billy Wolf. The form is available. Go to the membership tab. It's right there. Fill it out. On the road to a lot more Friendos. I don't want to say 500, man. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to downplay the importance of like this being the biggest one by.
We're up to 381 now.
Oh my gosh, road to 500.
Wake up
Oh, we're up to
tomorrow.
384 now.
Well over 400 tomorrow.
Yeah,
By the time
man.
we Wake up.
Yeah. Anyways,
So Damian Priest had a backstage interview, but he said, Byron, I don't want to answer any questions. I want to talk to the camera to Drew McIntyre. He said, you need to show up tonight. Drew, you're not ready for this fight. The world isn't ready for this violence. You tried to paint me as a bad guy. Good. I'm going to beat you so bad you'll wish you were future endeavored. Again.
oh wow, dang, bringing up the future endeavor did. Yeah, sorry, Priest. You are going to lose at WrestleMania. Also, we had Phoenix teaming up. Oh, we talked about this already a little bit. This is the one that Rey Mysterio was hurt in.
Was hurt. Yeah, Phoenix
Yeah.
ends up getting the win, pinning Julius after a top rope Meteora.
Oh, man. And look what got the last segment of the show, Larson. Motor City Machine Guns. Let me ask you something, man. Motor City Machine Guns, right? They're cold. Fun wrestlers, old,
Yeah.
but they're fun.
You
They
say
need a
old,
gimmick.
but they're fun?
Yeah. Like me. They need a gimmick change, buddy.
Half right.
They need a... Hey, he's busting my balls over here. They need a gimmick change. They need like a vocation or like something like, Tony D's and Mob Boss. Who are these guys? What do they do?
Are you going to change their names?
Anything you want to do.
No longer
Yeah.
Motor City Machine Guns?
They can go away and come back as completely new dudes.
But they still be Motor City Machine Guns, right?
Anything you want. We need to heat them up. And their current characters aren't doing it because they're cold, old, and fun.
What are their current characters?
They're just a couple of old dudes.
They're a couple of dudes. That's the problem. They don't have to repackage it as anything other than Motor City Machine Guns. They just have to come up with some interesting characters for
It's
them.
like short Steven Larson who wrestle really good. That's what it is.
So we have nothing in common with them.
And we're not from Detroit.
Nope.
Although it'd be cool if we were, because that's where RoboCop's from. And I think they got the
Okay,
RoboCop
there you
statue.
go. Their new name, Omnicore.
Yes! Yeah. See, now you got it. And one
Omnicore.
guy, how about this? You got RoboCop is one of them, and RoboCop 2 is the other one. Because you remember in RoboCop 2, they were looking for a new RoboCop that they were going to call RoboCop 2.
Yeah. There you go. Omnicore.
Man. That's good. Omnicore. That's good. I like
But
it.
anyways,
See?
Motor City Machine Gun with machine guns. Let's start that over.
Omnicore.
Motor City Machine Gun / Omnicore. Challenging Street Profits for those tag titles. Street Profits got some new gear. Looks great.
Looks great on Tez. Everything looks good on Tez. That's the thing. You can't look at him. You got to look at the other guy.
I mean, even like the design of it, the color palette. It's all Gucci inspired.
I
thought
think
looked
it
great.
looked good on paper for Dawkins.
Yeah,
But like it's all
I know what you're
This
saying.
Cheese Man. Hold on, Cheese Man says, "Don't touch me, man," is the catchphrase.
There you go.
Yeah, Doc, he's got the big. Remember, it's like 6 months where Dawkins was like in really good shape. Do you
Yeah.
think eventually he just looked at Tez and was like, "I can't keep up with this.
I know what you're saying. Because
Give me that bag of chips."
He's got like a short sleeve shirt, hoodie type deal going.
It's a hoodie, but in that material that their gear was, so it's kind of
really-
like a hefty
it billows.
sack.
Yeah,
It billows. Yeah, it's like he was doing moves, and then all of a sudden, like the hoodie's like up here, it's drowning him.
yeah,
Didn't look good. But Tez looked amazing. Tez looks great in everything, though.
yeah. Anyways, DIY interferes, and they run off with the tag titles. So backstage, DIY's clutching those tag titles, trying to leave the venue, and they're confronted by Aldis and security. And Aldis is like, "Come on, hand them over," and they're arguing. So then Street Profits and Motor City Machine Guns, Omnicorp step in. And they're trying to get their hands on DIY, and Aldis says, "All right, you can either do this the easy way or the hard way." So DIY hands over the tag titles, and Aldis says, enough of this BS. All of you, DIY, Street Profits, Motor City Machine Gun / Omnicorp,
Omnicorp.
TLC match next week for the tag.
That's going to be really good.
It's going to be incredible, yeah.
They need some stories, though. And or for Motor City Machine Guns, a gimmick change
Omnicorp,
into
yeah.
Omnicorp.
All right, we got the gimmick change for Motor City Machine Guns. What's the gimmick change for DIY? Because they need one too.
Oh, you think so? Yeah, because Conspiracy Theorist isn't going to do it.
No.
Unless you lean really hard into that.
You don't want to do that. I mean, I should say, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, okay. All right. We get enough of that in the real life. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
I don't want to see that.
All right. I mean, what's their deal, man? I mean, they're I mean, right now they're
How about this?
yeah, whoa. You're on fire tonight.
This
I
is
like
all
it.
set still in the RoboCop universe, okay? So, Omnicorp, they're based in Detroit. You got Gargano from Cleveland.
Yeah.
I think Ciampa's from Milwaukee. They're both Midwestern dudes.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe there's another private security company
Oh, wow.
that has that area of the Midwest that's trying to infiltrate Detroit,
Oh.
kick Omnicorp out.
Oh, wow. They're yeah.
And so they can have Detroit under their business umbrella as well.
You know what was crazy about RoboCop? They didn't really explore like what the rest of the country was, because Detroit and RoboCop was wild.
Yeah.
But we didn't ever find out what's Chicago like, what's Washington D.C. like, what's New York like, what's the West Coast like.
Yeah, we don't know.
You know, yeah, no, I like it. Yeah, I don't know what the name would be. We'd have to, who else was in? What if they're just the bad guys in RoboCop? They're like Red Foreman's group.
Oh, I could do that. Yeah.
RoboCop. What are they?
Clarence.
How many times have you seen that movie, bro?
A lot.
Clarence Boddicker.
Boddicker. That's what it is.
Boddicker.
I love RoboCop.
I know you do. One guy could be Ed 209.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
What if RoboCop 2, the robot with the brain floating into stuff?
Is that the one that like committed?
It goes crazy. Yeah.
Goes crazy and
Yeah.
then shoots himself.
Yeah.
That movie was so dark. The second one was so dark. I mean, the first one was too.
Remember at the end of the first one where Ronnie Cox gets thrown out the window and his arms were really long for some reason?
Bro, I was watching. Warner Brothers had on their like movie Twitch. They have a movie Twitch. No, it was a YouTube channel. They have a movie YouTube channel, and they were running the Christopher Reeve Superman movies today.
Yeah.
And like Superman 4 was on, and I was having watching it. Bama walks in here because she wanted to show me a drawing. She took one look at that shit. She could not stop laughing. She was laughing so fucking hard at that. I was like, bro, I was like your age when this shit came out. This is what I had to deal with when I was your age. I didn't get all this fancy stuff.
No.
Oh my goodness gracious. Shane's birthday tweet. Thank you very much for the sub. We appreciate it. He says Red Foreman's group is the next big faction in wrestling. And they come out and be like, hey, jackass. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, TLC match coming your way. Anyways, it's time to answer some questions.
Yeah.
Cross
Boy,
carrying
Ciampa's-
Cross would fit great in the RoboCop universe.
Yeah, he would.
He
All right,
comes
well,
off.
Sorry, the idea is not going to work because Ciampa's from Boston. Well, I think he's from Milwaukee.
Ciampa's from Boston.
Yeah, so never mind.
Not a bummer. It's a bummer, man. It's a real bummer.
Good idea at first.
No, it was a great idea. I mean, WWE, they got all that money. They can license that shit.
I could never figure out why Ronnie Cox had really long arms when he got thrown out of that window.
Ronnie Cox. I need a refresher. RoboCop.
Dick Jones, isn't he?
What?
His character's name's Dick Jones. Right?
I love it. I just put in Ronnie Cox RoboCop arms, and like it's like just it's the same shot over and over again of this giant.
Don't make the laugh too hard.
Why?
What? Start coughing.
Oh my god, this is nuts. Why wouldn't they just put him up against a green screen?
I don't know, but his arms are super long.
Because it also like clearly, like if you look at a close up of his face, it's clearly not him.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is wild. Oh boy, that's too much.
All right, you want to answer some questions?
Yeah, man, it's Friday night. Big day tomorrow.
Josh M here says, who dropped more truth bombs tonight, Seth, Cody, or Cena?
Seth, Cody.
Oh, Cody did.
I mean, dude, his were really rude too. To be honest with you, that's the thing about Cena you don't understand is that like Cody's a babyface, but he's kind of a prick, and he's not a prick. He said your legs are spindly.
Your face is melting wax.
That's so rude.
You're paler than Sting at StarCast 97. What a insider wrestling reference that is there.
Oh my god, that was hilarious. That is so funny. Let's see. Oh, this is a great question. Turbo McRadface says, would you rather go back in time and see legendary matches live as they happened, or would you rather go into the future and see what the wrestling landscape looks like 50 to 100 years from now? Man, what makes you think we're even going to have a planet 50 to 100 years from now?
That would be my response to that. Yep.
I'd rather go. I'm a history nut. I'd rather go back in time. That sounds cool. Go back to like.
Can I do neither? Can I just
40.
watch old wrestlings in the comfort of my home on television?
You're gonna watch old wrestlings in the comfort of your home.
Yeah, comfort of my homes on TVs.
Yeah, I mean a Peacock. Well, these days you can't. Like that, most of the there was no Monday Night Raw between 2002 and 2019 or something like that. They got rid of them all.
Well, I saw most of them from 2011 onwards, and I know I ain't missing much.
Yeah. No, you can do whatever you want, man. So you'd rather go to the future then? It's an either or.
No.
question.
No. I'm not saying I would rather go to the future. I say I don't want to do either.
I wouldn't mind going to the future. Just for a second, just for like a match.
Oh, okay.
I'd be like, can I borrow your phone? And they're like, what's a phone? It's 50 years from now. There's no phones left. It's all just integrated in your stupid brain.
And I'd be like, all right, send me back. Send me back now.
Yeah, this place is a shithole. 50 years from now. You think I'm alive in 50 years? How old am I now? Oh, man, yeah. If I hit 100, I'll be alive 50 years from now.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I don't think I'm going to, though.
Hey, we keep playing basketball twice a week, or get back to playing basketball twice a week. We're gonna have good, long, healthy lives.
Hey, next week we're back on schedule, man. I feel like shit because I haven't exercised this week. Been pumping out all this goddamn content. What's that? Nah. Been doing shit. I did do yard work today. That was a lot. Because boy, oh boy. You know any good like landscape people? Because I got that second and third level back there. It's out of control.
You've given up on being able to control that yourself?
Once it's like one, I just need one good go. I need somebody to just raise it and then I can maintain it. But it got out of control.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Once I have for the summertime, I can keep it under control if I just get it done once. But it takes forever to get. It's too much. I got too much land back there. I need to sell some of that land back there.
Sure.
You want to buy some land?
No, but if you want to portion it off and try to do something with it, more power to you. I think you have to file some paperwork for that, though.
I'll just put it on eBay.
Kind of.
I'll put it on eBay.
eBay, yeah, sure.
Land. Oh, here we go. Wrestlemania has it. Terrible news, Rey Mysterio. It's just Wrestlemania, though, so they probably just...
That's it? Just terrible news, Rey Mysterio?
Well, it was just an alert. The headline came up.
Oh. Well, what's the terrible news?
Your guess is as good as mine, man. I'm not watching this during the show. Like we're doing a show.
Oh,
right
the
now.
video. Okay.
Yeah, it's a video. It's Wrestlemania. Yeah. Scorpio85 with Super Chat says, will you allow another for watch along? Will we allow another for a watch along? What does that mean?
Like
another person? I don't. If you can explain a little bit, then I can answer your question.
We need more details.
Because that was a very nice super chat you gave us. Angel Zero says, which match do you think will be the shortest across both nights? The Randy Orton match has the potential to be the shortest.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody asked earlier if we're doing an NXT watch along, and no, we are not.
No. I will watch it. I think we're planning on reviewing it at some point, but no watch along.
We're gonna tack it on to the Raw review on Monday.
I thought we were gonna do it on Tuesday with news.
Yeah, we could do that. I was just throwing it out there.
Okay.
I forget what we talk about, dude. Let's see here. What?
Ty Moore here says, let's say the Raw Tag Team title match and AJ versus Logan matches had to stay on the card. Which match on the Mania card would you remove in order to get the TLC match on it?
What has to stay?
The Raw Tag title match.
Yeah.
And then AJ versus Logan Paul.
Oh, fuck. What would I take off? I would remove...
Isn't it Orton versus mystery opponent?
Yeah, maybe. I was gonna say, I don't want to. I'm gonna catch flack. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Put that on SmackDown or El Grande Americano. That's a SmackDown match. And now Rey Mysterio probably won't even be in it, but they didn't know that going in.
No. They really should have made this match. They should have had matches prior to this, but then this one should have been the blow-off and mask versus mask match.
So Scorpio says, add another person for a watch-along, like a third person? Nah, man, that's always going to be the enforcer spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't foresee us ever changing that.
Nope.
We gave that to the only person we ever could have given it to.
Yep.
There we go. AJ says, what current finisher will become a normal move like the leg drop? I could see people, I don't know why. It's such a weird move that nobody else I think would do, but the BFT.
Yeah. Package pile driver.
That's a pretty big move. Adam Beveridge says, you guys doing a live watch along for Raw after Mania? No, we're doing the review after the show though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing that. But we're not going to do a watch along for it. They're exhausting. That's why we, always have family obligations for AEW. They're just kind of exhausting.
We're old. But we're fun.
We're not, I didn't say you, we, no. I'm old and fun.
There, you got your revenge. Feel better about yourself?
Not gonna lie, a little bit. Oh man, I'm joking. I've seen you fun plenty of times.
Yeah, I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not very fun. I'm not. I'm not gonna lie, but I know myself very well.
Fear and Loathing says, "Oh, I'm not gonna answer this. This is kind of messed up. Thanks for the question, Fear and Loathing, but I kind of feel bad reading that one." Jabroni says, "What do you guys read into the Vegas crowd booing Cody?" This is a good question. We don't really talk about it much. Sometimes this is a crazy crowd. They're gonna boo things that you should cheer and cheer things that you should boo.
Or sometimes tonight, not do anything at all.
Sometimes they're gonna try to set the record for the largest number of people and the lowest decibels.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wait, what was the question?
What's up with the crowd booing Cody? What do you think that was all about?
Oh, they probably thought that Cena had some good lines, and I don't know.
They're all a bunch of assholes. Jalen LeGrant here says
Maybe everybody who posted online that Cody's time as top babyface was over, and he's
Yeah, right. They're all proving Triple H wrong. They're like, yeah,
they
that
were
was
all
me.
in the arena tonight.
They're all there. Yeah. Jalen with the super chat says Cody's going to turn heel. This was The Rock's plan to turn Cody. He's going to cheat to win because he's going to be so scared of Cena taking the belt. He's the third. He's the third man. Whoa, wait, hold on. Whoa, he's the third man? Cody
He's not aware
is going to join Cena and The Rock in order to keep Cena from getting his title? That's like 5D chess right there, man.
It is.
Jalen's got it going over there. I don't know. That's craziness. I don't know.
Aisha says, does Rhea Bianca need a title for next Mania? I feel like the streak would still be alive since Bianca made the point of her not getting pinned if Io retains.
You got to do streak for title. You got to do streak for title. Got to have a title there. Absolutely. Which title would it be, though?
Well, if Bianca wins at Mania, they'll both be on Raw, so it'll be the Raw one.
Let's say Io retains.
All right.
What do you think the title with the biggest prestige is?
I guess the one on SmackDown has the lineage because that's the one that's been around the longest.
It looks
But
like
they're both
it looks like the
positioned-
more important one.
They're both positioned comparably. It's not like one is called the undisputed title, you know. So I don't necessarily feel like one's necessarily more prestigious than the other.
If you look at the competitors, it's the world heavyweight title. Hey, speaking of which, did we talk about Charlotte and Tiffany's interviews?
Oh no, they had a couple of interview snippets from stuff that's rolling during the pre-show. Yeah, where they were addressing the segment from a few weeks back.
Oh, those are just snippets from a longer thing that they're going to run?
Yeah, during the
Oh,
pre-show, media
okay,
pre-show.
okay. I was
Yeah.
wondering why they were so short.
Yeah.
It just Wade asked Charlotte, "What's up with the thing?" And she was like, she gave like a very shoot sounding answer. She just said, "I didn't like it. I wasn't in love with it, but it got people talking." And she reiterated that like a couple times, like she didn't really want to go into detail. And I thought Tiffany's bit, that's interesting that they ran a clip like that because I don't know, it didn't really help Tiffany in my opinion. She was like, I felt embarrassed. And I felt like I didn't belong there, and I wanted to give her a taste. And I was like, this is not really looking good for you. I don't know why.
Yeah. She said she felt like she was being bullied.
She felt like she was being bullied. I'm like, you're the champion. Don't talk like that. And she used to be a bad guy, too. Why is she talking about being bullied? I don't know. I don't think this feud has been good for her. I still think she's going to win, but...
Yeah, I still think she's going to win, too.
Another super chat here from Missing Score says, who is better post-Mania opponents for the title, Cena or Cody? I think it's Cena because it's a babyface heavy WWE right now. Mm-hmm. You got Punk, you got Orton, you got...
You got two baby faces.
You got two baby faces. You got two baby. You got Punk and Orton, man. You got Cena, Cody again. You got Cody round 2. You got that one.
Jey Uso. He's a baby face.
You got Jey Uso. Got Jey Uso. We had Crown Royal. Yeah. They do that there. You got Priest.
they're not doing Crown Royal this year.
Really?
There's only one Saudi show this year. I think it's not a champion.
When is that?
Spring, early summer.
This has been confirmed?
Yeah.
That they're only going to do the one?
Uh-huh. I believe so.
The fuck? They're not going to do the Crown Royal Championship?
No, we said at the time they'll probably only see this once, man.
I thought that was just a joke. LA Knight, Sammy. Yeah, those are baby faces. No Crown Royal?
No, I don't think so.
Holy shit.
I think that was the reporting.
Because the Rumble is in Saudi in 2026?
Yeah.
That's bullshit. I want that Crown Royal match. Boy, that pisses me off. Wow. Let's see here. Big Dumb Rocket says, is this weekend going to lead to Judgment Day split and a Demon Finn return? Yes and no. Yes, they will split. No, Finn. But it's going to be a longer split. It's going to be another year before they actually split. But it will lead to that.
Yeah, they're going to split like Wall and Theory split.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Justin Sider says, who in the Andre Memorial Battle Royal could go on the main event of WrestleMania? Mello.
So Mello, if booked right. Honestly, if they wrote Andrade and gave him the same energy he had in that shoot interview with Sammy Guevara, talking about Sammy Guevara, I'm not going to say his name. His name is Sammy Guevara.
Name is Sammy Guevara, yeah.
Who in the yeah, it's
Wasn't
kinda,
Julius Creed in there, Steve? You always thought he would be a main eventer.
bro, that guy's got everything it takes. Just split him apart from all them other dudes, and he'll be fine.
Cody says you're up to 391.
Ooh! He said if we get to 400 during this stream, can we read the entirety of the Hold Harmless? We could, but we're about to wrap things up here.
Yeah, we're up to 392 now.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, better get one more question in then, Steve.
Patrick Cheeseman said, there's two good ones here. Cheeseman says, is Mello going to have an incredible 2025 since he won the Andre? Who won last year? Lashley?
Bronson Reed?
Bronson Reed won last year. Why am I? I'm like everything I'm saying is 2 years ago.
Yeah, Lashley won 2 years ago.
Yeah, and then Bronson Reed won last year. Mm-hmm. He had a good year after that, or he had a good, until he got injured for sure.
Yeah.
I hope so. I fucking hope so. Mello's great.
So. Yeah, we love Mello. We love Mello.
And then Blake Whitehouse has a question about Bronson Reed. Says, what would he be doing for WrestleMania if he didn't get injured?
Probably in the Intercontinental title match.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that for sure. Yeah. All right, man. Well, that's going to do it for the show today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. My goodness gracious. The biggest WrestleMania Predictions Challenge.
394.
394. Oh, my God. 394. They're getting these things in before. Yeah. Gio says, I honestly thought the Hold Harmless agreement was a bit at first. That's how a lot of things happen here going in Raw. They start out as a joke, and then we just do them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, make no mistake, this is not a legally binding agreement. but I kind of feel like if you agree to all that, like you're putting your signature on it, you're agreeing to it. I am going to try to sand down some of the harsher edges on this thing.
I think that's a necessary thing to do before we put it in the mail.
So I don't know what if it's a legally binding thing. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. Cody's not a lawyer. I think he wrote the thing. He did a great job. I'm assuming he used ChatGPT because this is really, really well written.
It is. So
I don't know. Okay. So King Trippy says, where is the document to do this at? So
395, 395 now.
If you have a membership, you go to the channel and one of the little tabs there is membership. There's also one that says posts. You can click on either of those things. Your old dad just rated us on Twitch. What's up, your old dad? What's up?
Thanks, your old
Everybody
dad.
Dropping some whammies in the chat. And then it's the link is right there. It's got that big silly graphic that I made that I showed earlier. So it's right there. You can do that. If you're on Patreon, again, I made it the pinned post on Patreon. So it's right there. So you just click on that, you fill it out. And then there you go. And there you are. So yeah, that's it. Do you want to hear real quick? Just see if we get 400. Do you want to hear my Star Trek story?
Oh yeah. Let's get that in.
Because the other day I told you this and I forgot to bring it up again. So I got killed by some Star Trek Redditors because I got on the Star Trek Reddit thing and I just, for a goof, I decided to pose a question. And my question was this: why is it that early on in Next Generation, Riker was offered like two different captainships, right? Or two different ships, right? Two commissions. And he turned them down to stay on the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Now, a couple times during the series, I think it was only 2 times, he had brought up the fact that he was stagnant, like he was just sticking around. But he was fine with it because he loves the Enterprise. So I posed the question, why? And it wasn't until Nemesis, which was 15 years after all that, or maybe like 10 years after, 10 to 15 years later, that he decided to take on a commission. He was like super old at the time. He was offered one when he was like 29 and he waited until he was like, I don't know, 59 or something like that. It was heck of days later. And so I was like, why do you think he stuck around? These are the biggest fucking condescending assholes. Largely because I spelled the word Riker incorrect.
Intentionally?
No! I always think it's Ryker, but it's Riker.
Yeah.
And so they were all clowning me about that shit. And then they're all like, because he said this in this episode, that this right here, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, but still, like, that was like, there was still another like 15 years after that he took on his actual commission. And they're like, because Enterprise is a fun ship, all the other ships are boring. And I'm like, there's like thousands of ships. You can't tell me that there's one that gets all the television adventures. I'm sure a lot of other ships do a lot of other cool shit. Trek fans are assholes. At least these ones are. Solus called me a fake Trek fan. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Anyways, do we hit 400 yet or not?
$3.99.
What? We just need one more person to fill this thing out? You're so pissed right now. You're like, fuck, we should be done by now.
I'm just hungry.
It's hungry. It's 9:30. Did you not eat dinner?
I did. I had pizza, but
Oh, man. Dude, I had some enchilada. I had the last of the enchiladas, the leftovers. I almost knocked out during Smackdown.
I mean, that's easy to do once that second hour starts, you know?
They make it pretty easy these days, don't they?
They do.
Hey, we're at 402.
Wow.
All right.
Why does it still say $3.99 on mine?
Well, I got 402. Maggie is 402.
All right. Go ahead and
All
read
right.
then.
So I'm going to read the hold harmless agreement. You can go eat if you want to.
No,
I can do
I'm not
this
going to
on my
walk
own.
away.
You're not going to walk away? Hold on a second. Mute this. All right. Let's see if I can find this thing. All right. So this is a hold harmless written by Cody Miles. I assume, unless it's like, is his wife like a lawyer or something? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. All right. Here it is. A long ass thing. Hold harmless agreement. I'm going to hold the title while I read it because it pertains to the title.
You make sure you don't touch the sharp parts, though.
Okay. Fuck. That hurt. I, the username above, acknowledge that I am willingly accepting a physical prize that 1, is not a legitimate title despite any grandeur it may imply. 2, is sharp and may at any given moment function as an impromptu cutting device, which is totally true. Like I can take this piece of paper here. Look at this. Sharp.
Yeah.
3 is shoddily made, meaning its structural integrity is questionable at best. See? True as well. By accepting this prize, I agree to hold harmless and indemnify Going in Raw, Friendo Club, Wrestle Juice, Wrestling Juice, MF Steve here, Wrestle Farts, 10 for the win, and any other affiliated entity from any and all liability, including but not limited to minor injuries, such as paper cuts, pokes, or the realization that I should have been more careful, major injuries, including but not limited to grievous bodily harm caused by my own questionable life choices, emotional distress resulting from my disappointment in the craftsmanship or my own inability to properly handle a sharp object, any legal action brought forth by my loved one's employer or insurance provider upon realizing what I've done. I further acknowledge that if I were to win and accept this prize, it is at my own risk and with full awareness that I probably should not test its limits in any way that would require stitches. The winner of this belt will be instructed how to claim their prize after the WrestleMania 41 watch-along special. If you not claim your prize, we'll either destroy the title or more likely keep it in Steve's background until he rebrands WrestleJuice for the 13th time. I don't appreciate the shade, Cody. By checking the box below, I can confirm that I have read, understood, agreed, and most importantly, laughed at this legally binding statement. Fuck, I cut myself again. We should probably